Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It is Wednesday, what day? September 16, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Well, of course I'm sharing the video with friends. Hopefully it's already sharing with friends. Hi Dot, I'm glad that you're here. Good morning. I was a tiny bit late, and then I went to go live, and my phone, once I clicked live, my phone decided it needed to reboot. Oh, just my luck. Good morning. I see Becky is here, and Nancy, and Linny, and Kathy. Good morning, everyone. All right, I'm going to pull me up on here so I can see your comments on my computer too. And Dina's here. Good morning. Sorry, just a sec. Sometimes I'm good at multitasking. Hi Terry, I missed you last night. It was nice to meet Mandy though. Sometimes I'm good at multitasking, and other times I'm like, what am I doing? This morning, so what am I doing? Okay, so I'm here. I can see your comments on my computer too. So I'm so happy to be here. I have a do you remember, or did you see my post that I'm doing some alternate ideas with the kit that I used last week? Thank you for liking and sharing already, Dina. Oh yeah, I'm glad that she felt welcomed. That's good. I hope she had fun too. She's kind of quiet unless you talk to her. I was glad that she was there. I mean, maybe she's probably one of those that once you get her talking and she feels comfortable that she gabs your ear off, but I didn't see that last night. But it was good to see her. So I hope your meeting went well, and whatever you had to present. I don't know, I forgot what you do there. So let's see. She did, and yes, until she gets to know people, right? I got texts coming through. My nose is really itchy this morning, so sorry. And Rita's here. I didn't miss you last night. You were there. Thanks for being there. All right, I have everybody loaded up in my randomizer, so I'm going to check that out first. So this randomizer is for the cards, the 2 cards that I made last week using the kit. And so I'm going to start, so I have 2 of them, so I'm going to start one of them. Yeah, I know lots of people like that. Oh, Rachel Markin won. Yay. I think she won recently. Another one recently. Okay, pick another name. Start. Lord must want to bless her lately. She's been really struggling with allergies too. And Debbie Green won. Yay, congrats, ladies. I'm so happy for you. So I will get those cards out eventually. No promises on when. I realized, Rita, I could have given you your card last night. It's sitting by my computer. All of a sudden I thought of it last night, like, hey, I need to mail these out, and then I had to go back and look at my list. Actually, I had to look at my post because I couldn't find where I had written who won. And I'm like, she was just here, and Kathy too. Kathy was my winner too. Sorry, you just get happy mail, I guess. Just don't know when. And Charlene is on. Good morning. Okay, so I'm going to remind you again. Oh, I hope I brought it over here. Well, I guess I'm going to remind you right out of the kit rather than from the catalog. So the kit that I'm working with is called Joy of Sharing card kit. It's an all-inclusive kit, which means besides scissors, everything else that you need to make these cards is in here. So including adhesive, if you're okay with little tiny dots of adhesive that you have to peel the backing off. They're sort of annoying, But for somebody who doesn't have anything, it's perfect because it's all in here. So this is the card kit. This is the all-inclusive card kit. These are the done ones. So it makes, did I say 15? I feel like it's 15, but I don't know why there's 4 cards, but, well, there's not really 4 designs. There's 2 designs. Just a sec. Makes how many? Yes, makes 15 cards. Okay, so, I know you like dots. No. You would not like these dots, Dot, because you got nice thick fingernails and you would have a horrible time getting the little backing off the dot to be able to use your adhesive. You would not like those dots. This is one exception. So there. Okay, so remember this kit. This is even sticky ones. You wouldn't be able to deal with them. I think you wrote that before I talked. Okay, these 2 are the way that you make the card if you're just making it as a normal card. But this shows the design where you can make this card into your photo card. That's true. They're just rather annoying still. You can make this into a photo card. So this is a really cool kit. I love this. And the amazing thing about this, and why I'm doing these alternate ideas specifically, is because there's so much stuff left over. It's crazy. So I showed you the picture, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But let me show you this kind of stuff though, just a sec. Need to find a full sheet that I didn't work on. So I think I counted that there were almost 6 full sheets of these little pop-out embellishment pieces. They're not stickers, they're just die cut pieces. There were 6 sheets of these left over after I could make my cards the way that I showed you. There's also, because of the way that I did the cards, since I did them as non-photo ones, but as card ones, there's 3 left of this, and I didn't count these. There's, let's see, let me look at it just a sec. It looks like there's at least 12 of these tag things. So there's lots of things. There's even the glittery dots that Dot would love. That are, this is how much is left after making the cards. This whole thing, because I used some of these already. There's this left. There's probably dimensionals, but I always have dimensionals on hand. But anyway, so I wanted to show you this. So, excuse me. So I'm going to put you down. I actually made, I made 4 designs already, but I'm going to specifically demo 2 of them. I realized because I did all my cards with the, hi Wendy, because I did all my cards with this big tag, I only had 3 big tags left, so I could only do 3 designs, and I already used 2 of them up. So I decided that I'm just doing 1 of those to show you guys. Okay, so I need to do my thing here, so I need to backwards you, put you upside down, and here's my hands. Make sure I'm on camera. Okay. All right. So the first one, this wasn't my first idea that I came up with, but it's the first one that I'm doing because it's kind of more along the lines of the kit. So I'm done with that piece because it's really simple and it doesn't take any extra or many extra supplies. So I have the colors in this kit are Mossy Meadow and Real Red. So I added, I mean, you don't get this Real Red cardstock. I added the Real Red cardstock and this 1-inch strip of Crumb Cake. Okay, the rest is just the stamp set and, well, and inks. So I'm using Mossy Meadow. So this, I was telling you about the all-inclusive kit, but I forgot to tell you. Okay, so you get a little ink spot in it that I hid somewhere. Oh, here it is. You get a little ink spot in it. You get a stamp set. They're always photopolymer in here, and the black is included also. And then, but if you do the kit just as it is, you don't really do much stamping. Oh, I just realized I need to write down my people who won so I don't forget. Where's a pen? I put my pen somewhere else. I need to use my marker. Okay. So Rachel won. And Debbie won. Sorry. I'll probably still have to go back to the video to my notes in the video to see. But at least I give it a shot that helps me remember. Okay. So, I prefer using my full ink pad, but everything is included. You get the spot, you get the block for your stamp set, and all the die cut pieces and everything. So this is the stamp set that I'm going to, or the stamp that I'm going to use. This is the great big one that I used before. Oh, this isn't what I wanted to do. I went on autopilot. That makes me mad. I love Crumb Cake too. Alright, this is not at all what I want to do. So, okay, we're gonna, we have to go rogue because I messed it up. Okay, and I about inked it up again. Okay, so, since I messed it up already, we're gonna have to, so I'm missing my red part around here. So, do I want a sponge? No, I'm just going to do it this way. So, I'm going to take my ink pad, and I'm going to do, Rita did this last night. She wanted to see what it looked like, and it looked great. So, I'm doing direct to paper technique, and so I'm just inking right the edge up with my ink pad. I didn't want to bother trying to grab a sponge. And my ink pad was right here, so I'm using it. So this is going to look a little bit different than what the front of the tag looked like, but I'll be able to make the design that I wanted to. And still have a real red border, somewhat. Not sure if you call that a border. Could be a frame. I don't know what we're calling it. Smoky here again today, but we're making the best of it. Well, I'm glad that you're safe. Our area is close to you. Having a lot of damage, Donna. I kind of forgot that you were over there. I'm part of a group that that takes care of and helps out demonstrators who have had losses from like damage and natural disasters and stuff like that. And she lost everything. It's just amazing. And it's amazing to see, like, if you look at a map where all the fires are, it's amazing how much is going on there. About 20 miles or so. Crazy. So, like, do you have to wear some sort of mask, or it's just scary stuff. Anyway, this demonstrator lost everything, and she said a lot of, or at least a few of her customers, right, just stay inside. Do you have a special air purifier in your area now? They probably sold out now if they had any in stock before. So when something like that happens where a demonstrator loses all their stuff, Stampin' Up! Actually gives them a, oh really, wow. And didn't have to evacuate or anything, Kathy. So when somebody, yeah, 20 miles is too close, 10 miles is even worse, yikes. So when a demonstrator loses all their stuff in a situation like this, Stampin' Up! Gives them a whole new starter kit. And I don't know who started it, I don't remember, but there is a group of demonstrators that puts together they put together like the information about the demonstrator, her address and stuff like that, and tell a little bit about them, and then people can donate. You can donate stuff that you have from your stock if you have extra stuff, or you can, I think it's really cool. They okay, that's good. They, for this Facebook group, they set up a host code through the demonstrator that you're trying to help, and you don't have to do it. If you need the sales yourself, you could just send it to, like, as a customer. But it's cool that you can go and you can use the demonstrator's host code. So not only is she getting whatever you're donating to her, but she's also getting all the host benefits racked up for anybody who uses her host code. So it's really cool. Yes, it's very awesome. Okay. So we're going to start over. We have a new tag here. It looks a little bit different, but it will work. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to use one of these pine cones here, one of the big ones. And my dimensionals, if I can find those. Why is it my dimensionals that I always lose? I found them. Okay, so we're going to put a few on here. Wait, is this the way I wanted to do it? Just a sec, I gotta look. It wasn't the way I wanted to do it. What is my problem? Okay, putting this back for a minute. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. I can make this card however I want, but I'm going to make it the way that I first did, or at least as close to it as possible at this point. Okay, so I'm using the Stampin' Seal again, and I'm going to remind you again how you need to use this to make it work. It definitely has a learning curve, and you definitely have to do it a very specific way for this to work and not completely frustrate you. You do sometimes have to still bring it forward so that the adhesive is at the end of the tip right here. But then you kind of want to lay it down and run it and then stop. And you're almost going to do like a, I don't know how to explain it. You almost go backwards. So I'm going to lay it down, and I flip my hand kind of over my project and push away. And I have two little strips of adhesive on here, so I'm laying it down, push away, and it works. So I'm going to put this on here and make sure that I have room for my Merry Christmas, because I'm just doing a Merry Christmas this time. I'm not doing I didn't want to do the whole big thing. Yep, it'll fit. Okay, so I can press this down here, and I'm inking up. This is real red, so I'm inking this up. It's a really no, it's more than a 90-degree angle. Like, okay, so 45 would be like this, 90 would be like this, but I actually go past it. You have to go past it and push towards you. Like, that's how you make it break. Because you have to, the problem is that you have to break the adhesive. And it's stronger, so it gives you a harder time. All right. Look at this delicate little Merry Christmas. Isn't that so pretty? I like it. All right, and then there's also, I'm using early espresso here with, there's a little tiny saying that says, to you and yours, and I'm gonna, oh, I don't want to do that. I do, by the way, have a cushion underneath here because I'm using the photopolymer. For some reason, this and wants to get lots of ink in there, so I have to be extra careful with it. All right, so I'm going to put this right on here too. I don't know, I just like how it looked. Oops. I keep overshooting the camera. All right. Thank you. Oh, I need this open still. Okay, so this is good. So now I'm using, I have a pine cone here, and I'm going to, I did my first one upside down, and then I thought that it looked kind of weird, so then I did the next one right side up, and so I do some of both because I'm not sure which way I liked it better, so I do some of both. Okay, so I don't need to do the whole thing, but I stamped an early espresso on this strip, and my card is almost done. All right, so we're going to get practice using Stampin' Seal again. Okay, so I'm laying it down, running it, and going, thank you for Dina's help with words, more than a 90-degree angle to break it. Oh, that time I didn't do a good job. I had to stop. There. I made it work. So, Dina, have you tried it? Oh, I like the two-tone. Me too. Thanks. Do any of you have the Stampin' Seal, and have you tried this new way? Or this correct way, I guess I should say. So I'm just going to put this on here. Now this is what I needed my dimensionals on. I about confused myself because there's words here. Silly me. Trying to do the other greeting. Okay, so I got my 4 corners and my center. And then we're going to put this on here. Okay, and I got to make sure. Was that all that I did? It was. All right, so here's my card. Just really easy. So there's tons of pine cones and tons of poinsettias. So you could make this sort of card. You could choose a different background, obviously, but it's not many more of your own supplies, but you have so many of this as part of the kit. It's amazing. Okay, haven't tried it yet. Okay, tell me when you do. Okay, next card. Okay, so this card was my original, like the first idea that I came up with. But it's a little more detailed, and I wanted to start with the, thank you. I wanted to start with the Easy Simple card because the kit is Easy Simple. But you can make it, you can use whatever supplies that you have at home. So I first started with, I have Mossy Meadow here, and this is Mossy Meadow. And so I should show you the stamp set. So besides the, there's, you can't see it when it's not on white. Oh, here's the dimensionals. Remind me I have my dimensionals flipped over. So you have, besides the big greeting that I tried to use when I wasn't supposed to, you have a Merry Christmas, a Season's Greetings, but I don't ever use that typically, to you and yours. And then there's a pine cone, some pine needles, I guess we'll call it. I don't know if there's another word for that. And then these look like berries to me. So I'm using, okay, I'm unflipping my dimensionals so I can find them. Thank you. I'm so glad that you love it. Okay, so I'm taking my pine needles and I'm going to make my own border down here. So I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm overlapping a little bit. Sometimes I'm going out a little bit, coming back in. However, I have a feeling, I would guess that a pine wreath or garland or whatever you want to call it is not exact. So I just made my border. I love tone on tone. I love, this is Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow. I love that look. It makes me happy. Okay. So the next thing that I did, I totally flipped this. I went rogue dot again, this time on purpose. I totally flipped this look because this is obviously like very traditional looking, and I wanted to go a little bit less traditional. So I did two things. Oh, first of all, I have to tell you, I have to remind you. Okay, remember on the cards, I'm going to show you on the picture. I'm going to pull it back. Oh, here it is. So remember, on the cards, there's a frame. So either you pop out the middle of the frame, and either you just make your design, or the frame is for your family picture, okay? So I said last time, but I don't know if you remember, so you pop this out of the middle. So look at all this. It's flimsier than our foil sheets, but you still have this metallic cardstock, this gold cardstock that you can use. And so I'm like, well, I definitely have to use that. So you get 15 of them. So you have 15 of these pieces. So you can do lots with it. So what I did was I used my, oh, I should pull it out. I think the biggest one is still over at my die cutting machine. Or is it on here? No, it's somewhere over there. So I pulled out my triangles, stitched triangles dies. So the biggest one of this isoceles one is missing because I used it. So I die cut the triangle out of here to make a Christmas tree. And I used, oh, I have to remember the name, Tasteful Textile 3D Embossing Folder. And can you see my tree now? It's got texture on it. So I used this for, I'm going to make a tree out of this, okay? Now I have another little piece here that I need to find. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. It's a scrap, and it looks really dumb, but most of it will be covered up. So I'm using the Early Espresso and the pine cone again. So this is just, I don't know that it looks like it or not, but I'm using it upside down, and kind of the intent is, this is Early Espresso cardstock also. The intent is to kind of make it look like wood. I don't know that it looks like it. Oops. I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, just so it's not just a stick thanks, I'm glad that you like it. So this was a scrap that I had left over from doing adhesive sheets with some words. So I just put it on here. So most of that's going to get covered up. All right, now, because this is both texture and the back of something like this is kind of shiny, I'm using the Stampin' Seal Plus. Oh, which group was I with? Okay, so I have to tell you this. Partly, I'm using this partly because I can't find my other ones. I think I have them stuffed somewhere else. Thank you. I try. Okay, so I can't look up in my phone, but we looked up, I think it was I think it was Saturday at my club, so this is good to know. So Stampin' excuse me, Stampin' Seal Plus is how I would use this, like in place of tear and tape, or like they would be like the same strength if you needed to hold something together. But something to keep in mind if you're wanting to be frugal rather than be convenient, tear and tape is $7 and you get 27 yards. Stampin' Seal Plus is $12 and you get 16 point something yards, I think. So this is definitely more expensive. I have a feeling you probably would use less of this though, because like when I use tear and tape, I kind of tend to do a bigger, I don't do just like a corner thing, I do a bigger strip. But anyway, so that's something to keep in mind with this. But I'm using this on my tree. So I'm laying it down. I think you need to break it the same way that you do the other. I went off the edge a little bit, so I got to fold it back on. So this is the one, remember, that has the it has the adhesive has little cuts in it, like there. I've been calling it a millimeter wide. Yeah, I think that's about right. They're like a millimeter wide. All right, so because this is shiny, I kind of did more than what I typically might do. I want it to stay. And I want it to not look lifted up. Okay, so I have this little notch here because it was a scrap. So I'm going to make sure that I cover that up. So I'm going to put my tree on here. All right. Now here's the start of my card. See, this already looks modern compared to this, right? So I'm totally changing this up. Okay, so what I want to do right now, where did my piece go? I wanted to use, I wanted a skinny little something to go across the tree to do my greeting. So I'm using this, I forgot the name of this punch, and I am gonna look it up. I was gonna be stubborn, but I have my catalog here, and I know I'm close to punches, so I'm gonna look it up. It's from the Lovely You bundle. Lovely Labels Pick a Punch, page 169. Here's the punch, and it goes with the stamp set. I love the stamp set, and I haven't used it in a while. Okay, so it's a pick a punch because you have two different ends that you can choose for your little, I'm making a banner type thing, or a tag, or pick a something. Thanks, Carrie. So you pick a punch so you can decide which one, which end that you want, which finish on the end that you want, but also you have a choice of your widths. This is all dusty. I haven't used it in so long. So it goes, you can fit a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch on the next level, and then 1 inch on the top level. So I chose to do 3/4 of an inch. For this Merry Christmas, because of this Y on here, the 1/2 inch didn't work. So I'm going to tuck this in. You need to, when you use this, you need to cut it just under the 3/4 of an inch. Like if you, I don't know if you can see well enough. I'm going to draw a line. Okay, so here's 0. I'm just highlighting it so you can see it. And here's 3/4 of an inch. So if you look at this line right here, when you go to measure, you need to go just inside of this line. You need it to be just smaller than the 3/4 of an inch so that it lays flat in here. But you don't want it to be too much, because then you're going to be like wiggling and not be centered. So again, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm not sure I've even used this roundy one. I don't know, I love this one. Okay, and if you get it not centered quite right, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. If you get it not centered quite right, this is rounded right here, but this corner, it has kind of a point on it. So I just fixed that with my paper snips. Just to round it just a little bit so it looks a little bit more like it's supposed to. Okay, then I'm going to use my Real Red again. And Merry Christmas again. There. Lovely. All right, I got to make sure that this fits on here the way I wanted it to. It's a little long, so I'm going to cut this off. I cut after I measured the first time, so clearly I'm doing it again the second time. All right. I want dimensionals on here. 1, 2, 3. I guess I can close my ink pad. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I want this all the way over to the edge and across part of the tree. All right, so here's a quick shot of it. And I'm going to use, on my first one I used the holiday rhinestones that's cherry cobbler in there, but I remembered that we have red rhinestones, and this ink pad is red, so I'm going for that. So this, I'm just decorating the tree with ornaments. So I'm going to put some red rhinestones here and there, all over the tree, wherever I want. Easiest way to get them on here is just to slide them off. Then I don't have to pick them up. All right, so here's my tree. All right, now when I was looking at this, I felt like it needed something. Maybe this is okay like this, but I'm going to show you what I also did to it. So remember, well, maybe you don't remember because I didn't show you this, and if you weren't watching me last time, then you wouldn't have seen it. Okay, so with these tags, there's also this ribbon strip here. Can you see the shape of, it's a banner. It's cardstock, but it's a banner. So I took the banner and I cut it into pieces. And I have 3 pieces here. 2 of them were already cut, or had the ends cut, because remember I said it's a banner, so I had the banner end or flag end, whatever you want to call it. 2 of them were already cut. The third one I took from the middle piece and laid it on, or had the banner laid on top of it, and so I cut it to be the same end. So here's what I chose to do. I'm taking these and coming in from the right, just like my greeting is, but I'm doing it with these little banner ends. So now that I have those down, kind of have an idea of where I want them to be. I'm going to grab my seal, not my Seal Plus. Lay it down, back it up. I think I'm going to have to talk myself through this every time so that I do it right. So I want it to be flush. If it's not flush, that's not going to work well. What in the world? I just pulled off all the paper. Am I at the end? I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm using Stampin' Seal. Okay, that's really strong and pulls off. This is cheaper cardstock. The kits always, they're not manufactured by Stampin' Up. It pulled it right off. I need to put some on the end because we might have a problem here. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, so this is gonna go here. I kind of was trying to have them be an equal distance apart. And here's my card. All right. So I think that kind of fills it up, and I don't know, it's a little bit different. I like it. All right. So I'm going to put you up and show you the rest of my cards too. So upside down, or put you backwards again. Here I am. Hopefully this holds. I did check my positioning this morning before I went to bed to make sure that everything was good. Okay, so here is the last card that I made. So obviously this has a little bit more work because you didn't see me do it, but you know that I used the die cutting machine to both cut it out and then put texture on it. But you probably could just have a plain triangle if you wanted. Thanks, I'm glad you like it. I liked it too. All right, so there's that one, and I'll give you a close-up of, all right, I'm going to show you the one that it was supposed to look like, okay? I'll show you both. So here's the one that I made, the one that's up for grabs. Here's the one with the border on the tag, where it's supposed to be. Okay, now I have two more. I gotta find them. All right, one is very similar to like how the rest of the cards are. This is Crumb Cake, and so I needed to use up a bunch of the poinsettias, so I put the, oops, I'm on the wrong side. I put the poinsettias on here, and I used the glittery dots on here too. So this is just a simple card with that same greeting. This one makes me happy. This is totally like off the wall. Well, I don't know about totally, but I don't know. It's just different because again, with these cards that I'm making, a lot of us have so much stuff at home already anyway, so we don't just have to use what's in the kit. So I didn't just use what's in the kit. So for this one, I used my favorite Plaid Tidings designer paper and the stamp set from the, it's called Tree Angle. And I've been showing that on my Fridays for the past few weeks. And it coordinates with, it's not bundled because there's a triangle bundle in the annual catalog, but the triangles dies bundle with the Tree Angle stamp set. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it, Holly. I didn't know you're watching it. It's good to see you. Okay, so here is my card with my Plaid Tidings and my Tree Angle stamp set. So I wanted to use my poinsettias because there's tons of them. I'm not a huge poinsettia person, but I like this look. And I was trying to use like a small amount of designer paper. So, oh, and this was the other thing. So I realized after I started creating that I had tons of these tags left, but only 3 of that big one, you know? So I'm like, well, I need to show a card with that so that you know that you can make more cards with the longer skinny tag too. But I felt like this bold design needed a bold statement rather than, thank you, I love the plaid too. The Plaid Tidings designer paper is amazing. Anyway, thought it needed a bold statement too, font type thing rather than this delicate little Merry Christmas here. So, okay, so that's all that I have for you today. I did all my stamping. I am behind on putting classes up, but I do have classes in my head. They're just not on paper yet, and I need to post those and tell you about them. And I'm working on thank you notes, and I'm working on all sorts of things. Love the textured tree. Great idea. Great cards today. I love that they were all made from leftovers. Yes, they were. In fact, some of my card bases even were like sitting up there waiting for me to grab. That's always fun when you're like, oh, good, I can just use this instead of cut more. But then I had to cut more to show you, so. At least to start out, when I was just trying to create, it made it easier. Let's see. So I need to remind you that we have a starter kit promotion going on right now. So when you join my team, first of all, the starter kit is the best deal in the catalog, but also Stampin' Up! Has a promotion going on right now. So when you join my team, just got a headshot going. Thank you for liking and sharing. When you join my team, you save 30% on what it is that you get. That is always the case because you get free shipping, that's 10%, and you choose $125 of product, but you only pay for $99. So that's a 20% savings. But now we have make and take packets that are included, 2 sets of 8, 2 different stamp sets, a pack of rhinestones. Is there more? I feel like those are all the extras. Anyway, so now is an amazing time to sign up, especially if you want to do classes. Yes, it is a great deal, Dot. It's amazing, especially if you want to do classes, but even if you don't, the little make and take packet. So what I would consider make and take packet is like when you guys come to my classes, you get an envelope that has all the pieces that you need to make your card, right? So that's what a make and take packet is. So you get 2 sets of 8 of those. So even if you're not having a class where you're like, hey, here's your kit, you could use them to make thank you notes or birthday cards or, whatever it is that you want to do. So it's an awesome time to join my team and have fun with us. I have to tell you, I did a leadership thing. I think it's almost a month ago now. I don't remember. And we were instructed to ask our team anonymously how they would describe or what they liked about, what's the word? What they liked about, I can't think of the word. Our team. Community? No, there's another word. I'm going to have to tell you later, but I'm just going to say community. What you like about our team community. What do you like about the vibe? What do you like about what it is? So I did a survey anonymously. They couldn't put their name in or anything. And the first response that I got was, "We are family." And it made me cry then too. I say I love my team, but I really do. And I don't mean to cry on camera. It makes me mad when I do it. But that's how I roll. So, I would love for you to join my team if you want to be part of a family. So, thanks, Dina and Dot. So, anyway, if you would love a deal, if you want to be part of a team that supports each other, that's us. So, I would love for you to join my team. So, if you are interested and have any questions or whatever, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, you can go to my website, dazzledbystamping.com. You can go there for lots of things. You can find my events. You can find out more about my team and what my team offers. And you can find out about clubs. Thanks. Made me cry more, Julia. Anyway, you can find out about lots of things there, and there's also a link that you can go right to sign up to my team. But if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. So, thank you for joining me today, and I am planning to do a class with this kit, and I think I want to include some alternate ideas too, so that will be part of the class, because I love being able to use, there's so much left, so the kit doesn't just make 15 cards. It's a good thing I don't wear makeup, Dot. I had to, when I did wear makeup, I had to change to waterproof a long time ago. I haven't been wearing makeup in quite a while now. But I don't mean to ruin anybody else's. Oh, thanks. All right, I gotta go. Let me know if you have questions, and I will try to get my classes up soon. And thanks for joining me today. I love all of you too. Bye. No, I can't find finish. Have a great day.